Okie dokie. We are back to talk about another episode of Claim to Fame, which is good because I have been very glued to the Big Brother live feeds, and I would like to talk about something nice and not something chaotic. So let's all have a good time. Let's have a nice time. And let's get into it. As always, I am Gina Morgino. I am joined by my faithful friend. Well, we're not faithful friends here. I don't know what we are here. I don't think we ever
whatever
figured
you want
out.
us to be.
We'll figure it out next time. Kyle Petty and John Dumpy. And of course, we are joined with our other friends, Brian and Billy from the Reality Guys. How fun.
Welcome back. It's been too long.
It has been a minute.
What's up, gang?
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I'm loving the beard, Billy. I'm loving it.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I think it just goes with the being a dad, right? The beard was almost.
I was gonna say that's the
It's
dad
like
beard.
a
You
requirement.
don't have time for anything else. Yeah, you're a dad since
People
the
can
last time you
discern
were.
my dad era. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Before we get into anything, does anyone have any initial thoughts? I know me and Kyle talked about the previous episode, and we haven't heard anybody else's opinions on anything. So,
What's going on with Miguel?
I find him very grating. I was hoping this was going to be his end.
Oh no, I was kind of here for him in this episode, but I mean, that's at the end. We'll get there.
The only
Yes.
Miguel and Brian and I's lives ended last night with the Love Island USA finale. So
Oh,
we prefer our Miguel.
I don't even
That's
think
good.
I stuck with Love Island long enough this season to know who that Miguel is. Was he a bombshell that came in after the right? Okay,
Yeah.
I only made it through week one.
An early departure. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We like the season so far. We were positive on our we obviously have done our episode 2 review and stuff, but episodes 1 and 2 we like the show. Like that they're mixing up challenges with some return ones, which is really cool. We can get into some stuff that happens in this episode specifically, so I won't really dive into it, but would maybe like some of the format to be changed a little bit early in the season, but it's kind of really my only gripe, but I don't want to get into that until we really talk the episode.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I feel like too, it was interesting, the very first person who was guessed, right? It was Tom Hanks's niece or whatever, and they got it right and got her out. And I feel like now we've had 3 guesses and none of them have been correct, and it's just people leaving without ever having anyone guess their celebrity. So that's kind of a bummer to me in a way. I also feel like there's only 5 women in this cast to start with, and 3 of them are already gone. So, yeah, I don't know.
A double elimination is really
Just some
good
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really fast to do a double. I don't know why we did that episode 2.
That seems like a 5 or 6 for me.
Yeah.
Because we don't know anything. I still don't know anything about anybody.
Right.
And I feel
what's
like
the
because
rush? What's
I
the
feel
rush
like
to get out of
because
here?
it's all edited together after the fact, and they know the order of everything. Anytime we get clues for somebody, it's oh well, that thing on the clue wall is mine, and it's always the person that goes home that episode. Right. So I feel like I'm not really learning anything new about the people we still have.
Mm-hmm.
So the locking of the clue wall too, was that new this season? That to me is also just let them look at the info and the clues right away. Why are we waiting?
Well, me and Kyle were saying that too. We were to have it locked and then not have a part of the game be opening. It was just Franklin kind of coming in being and now it's open. It's why did we lock it then?
In episode 1, I thought they were going to lock that bitch for the first 3-4 episodes. And when it finally came out, it was going to be a big deal, but
or you had to earn it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You get 20 seconds with the clue wall, or you can take the clue about somebody, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I
why
like that so much more.
Yeah, and being that first guesser, it's you've had almost no access to the clue wall. You have no information on anybody. Go ahead and take a guess.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And like, and now, now you're going home, even though nobody has guessed your own celebrity claim to fame. Like, it's just, I don't know. That felt the way the season has started. It just felt a little cheap to me. But I don't know.
Damn.
I'm loving your spiciness lately, John, in some of this video already, and the last Big Brother guys. You did.
Right, John.
The last Big Brother stream, John was Judy attitude.
I loved it.
He was
I was rubbing my hands a
happened.
lot when John was talking that smack.
Very true. Brian was literally commenting in our chat about it. He's like, "Yeah, John's got some spice. I like to see it. I like to see somebody with some heat."
Yeah, I'm coming in, feeling a little different this summer.
Yeah, I see that.
We like it.
It's pretty wild to me. I don't really know where it's coming from.
I don't know if we should be encouraging this behavior. I'm a little
right.
You should. He's
already
seeing the truth.
Yeah, it's already been unleashed.
I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like the beginning of this was just kind of like, I was a little surprised that we didn't open going back to the potential Michael Jackson conversation. Like, it wasn't until the very end of the episode that I remembered that even happened, because they happened to be like, yeah. And then, Diedrich made that comment, and I was like, oh, why did we not open there? Like, how is this the first time in this episode we're talking about this?
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like,
having a Jackson brother would be interesting, right? Is it been long enough now where it's cool again? It's fine, right? Like I thought that they brought Neverland up right away. I'm like, whew, we are just getting right into it, man. I had birthday parties there. I was like, oh boy.
But again, it's also just like, Jackson is such a common last name. I don't know why immediately she was like, it must be Michael. It's like, well,
right. Why are you still
that could have been.
Right.
I don't know. I wish that we got a little more time on that, or like at least people like hearing people talk about it instead of just like ignoring it until the end of the episode. But
I think it's coming.
I'm just thinking though, like when you really think about it, like how many famous Jacksons outside of the Jackson family really come to mind? Like off the bat,
like Reggie Jackson,
Randy Jackson,
athletes for sure, but musicians, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Randy.
Latoya.
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't know.
The Jackson guessing game now.
I don't know why we're so quiet on Latoya. You're gonna act like y'all don't know her.
It's true. Janet can make an appearance.
Yeah,
That would be a big get.
It would be, but like I was trying to go with more lesser known Jacksons. Like we're not trying to act like, not in this house, that Janet Jackson is not a known Jackson. Like, she's a given. Like, if you're talking about Jacksons, you're talking about Michael and you're talking about Janet. Like, there's like, she's just in it.
Yeah, Kyle will not have this Janet slander.
I actually just on a brief unrelated note, this is Big Brother related. Did you hear that apparently Angela, this week's HOH, got Janet Jackson music as her music selection?
I did not know that.
I heard.
All right. Well, that's a little bit of an up for her.
How's the
You
robot?
two were still high on her though. It was John versus the World on Angela, and then you guys were like, "I love her."
Okay, you're right, and that's fair. But we are no longer there after Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
That was pre-live feeds. We made those decisions. Pre-live feeds.
Ryan, you knew this because like Billy asked me, was like, "What is going on with this feud?" And I gave paragraphs of explanation.
Yeah, you did. You did a really good job, and I agree. But you just got to ride with your chick, though. Like, you can't jump ship that quick.
Ride with my whoa.
Uh-oh.
I did not put that many eggs in her basket. I thought she was fun and exciting. She's not even on my team.
From what I saw and you told me, she doesn't seem fun or exciting. She seems like a little crazy lady.
She's out of her mind. But we didn't know that when we were
I could tell
her in the first place.
I could see it. I could see it from a mile away. She had crazy written all over her.
Okay,
Kyle, I was a little inebriated when you sent those texts. That's why I don't remember.
So our challenge in this episode. I honestly really like this one. This whole like spelling bee, like kayak clue moment. Like, I thought it was a fun one.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like it because it's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot of the shows right now are like amping up. Like, they're not reusing a lot of the same competitions, which is always
Yeah.
refreshing.
No, this was a fun one. These people.
They can't spell. Open
Yeah.
the schools. They can't spell for shit. These people.
I've never seen a group of people be this bad at spelling collectively, and like not even that difficult of words. Like what was the one?
It's
Giraffe.
like right, like
Valkyrie. GRA. Like what are you doing?
Like I'll give you Valkyrie.
Chastity.
Valkyrie is a weird word. I understand you might have had a little trouble with that one. Giraffe was crazy.
Valkyrie is also not that strange of a word. There was a blockbuster hit starring the one and only incomparable Tom Cruise, and the movie was called Valkyrie.
Listen,
is that when he had one arm?
I'm sorry?
That's right.
Is that when he had one arm and he was like a Nazi spy?
Yeah, that's correct.
Listen, as a fantasy reader, Valkyrie is not a word that is unfamiliar to me, but I can understand how people might be like a little tripped up on that one. But giraffe,
the only tricky thing about that is we just named two different reasons why someone should have been introduced to the word, which adds to the argument of why it's unacceptable that you didn't know what it was. Like, just leaving that one there.
Do you guys consider yourselves good spellers? I'm not sure how. I wonder how I would do in the spelling bee.
I think I'm a decent speller.
I'd like to say that I'm a good Oh my God. Should that be our game night? Like Strat Chat does spelling.
I was thinking about doing a podcast or spelling bee. I think that would be funny.
Spelling bee.
I have won a spelling bee before, so yeah.
I need to redeem myself because I was in a spelling bee. It was 1993.
Wait, so
and I had to spell the word ocean, and I failed.
Do you remember what you were spelling? Yeah.
Ocean.
But I was also in 3rd grade, so give me a break.
Do you remember?
That's pretty bad.
Do you remember how you spelled it?
No. I know.
I was gonna say, has this haunted you for like?
I don't remember how I spelled it, but I know I got lost with the vowels in the middle, like the E and the A.
I want to.
What's happening?
I want to host this thing and get more people in because I want to be like the Billy Madison host. And people get it wrong, just be like, "You are stupid. You've made us all dumber for that answer." The spelling bee in this whole thing made me think though of like Big Daddy, where he's like, "You gave him all the easy ones, like you get the hard words." And there were some easy words compared.
There really were, yeah.
I never saw a Big Daddy. I only know of Big Daddy. That's the Adam
Whoa.
Sandler movie. Right?
Oh, it's so
Adam Sandler.
You're nuts.
Yeah.
I just know the soundtrack because Melanie C from the Spice Girls had a song on that soundtrack.
Wow.
I recommend Big Daddy.
Spice.
I wish I could see Big Daddy for the first time. Like that's
Honestly, one of the most heartbreaking scenes in cinema is in that movie.
Oh, I know.
When that kid is just.
Oh, well, let me rush to it.
I wipe my own ass.
I literally was going to say it, dude. That's such a sad ass scene.
I know, it's so sad.
Oh, Kyle looks horrified. Oh no.
I don't
can't
think
wait.
Adam Sandler either, so it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a really
terrible.
good movie. Honestly, I think you would actually enjoy it. The listeners, I think, would agree.
What was that Adam Sandler movie that we tried to watch, John, when I was living with Steve? Was that like Uncut Gems or something like that?
Oh,
that's
like Gems.
50 minutes in, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't watch this. This is very bad. I was like, I gave it an honest shot. Turn it off.
It was that was an interesting one. It was a little bit of a tough watch.
Oh, all right. So I was validated.
My God, we are all over the place.
Because once again, we have really derailed Gina.
Jeez.
We're anarchy over here.
Gina's like, what is happening?
Just keep going off the rails, but whatever. This was another one where it's like whatever the words they had to spell, each of them was a clue for somebody's relative, but the only thing they gave us was that goatee is Mackenzie's clue. Everything else, no one said anything. Like, we think maybe we might know what Gemini is referencing, but like everything else is just like, here's a bunch of words. We're not going to give you any kind of clue on who belongs to what. It's like, I know I like to play, but like, give me something, you know?
Yeah, give me something that I feel like I'm playing a little bit too, because this didn't help me at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a lot of chuckles out of the fact that people can't spell. So
even
overall, I still enjoyed it.
Even like Mackenzie having the goatee clue, that's still like the only thing we know about her is that it's her dad and it's a singer, and somehow goatee is relevant. That does not help me with Mackenzie.
Right. At least not yet. Let's see what happens when somebody pulls her clue.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that she's like, oh my god, goatee. That's my person's clue. Like she looks all nervous. It's like no one is gonna know anything.
No one knows what that means
from this. Yeah,
Narrows it down to 1,000.
Thank you so much.
It was funny to see how like these clues kind of threw people off though, because then we get back to Miguel and like they saw Maraca and they went, "Oh, Desi Arnaz, full stop, 100%. That's what this means."
Or Antonio Banderas, like instantly it has to be because it's Moroccan. We said that, we talked about that too. It's like that's a big leap in logic.
right.
It's so funny though because he did say like because his name isn't Miguel, he like changed it to make himself seem more Spanish to throw people off, and it is working like a charm because these people have no frame of reference. He might be related to.
I can see. I actually did think when I first saw him that he like could look like Antonio Banderas. Like I believed it. Right.
It's not a huge leap, you know. If you like, if you think that that's his name and his heritage, like sure, you can go there.
What do people used fake names in the past? Like I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Like actually fake names though, or just nicknames.
Yeah, Jane and Jada was not.
But was that like a fake name or like a nickname that she sometimes uses? Like
I think it was fake.
I think it's fake. Yeah,
It was a pen name.
A who name?
A pen name. It just feels a little weird to use a completely fake name.
I mean, I don't know. It's working really well for him, so I don't hate it.
I guess if it works, it's just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about using just a straight up fake name.
It's also like, I mean, we don't have to go chronologically or whatever, but I do love that, like, because the Antonio Banderas thing, he fully leaned into it and was like, okay, like, you know, he had that whole plan of like, all right, I'm going to be giving myself a pep talk, like, you're a Banderas, it's fine, don't worry about it. And like, it worked out. I just thought that he was trying to throw people off. I didn't realize he then had brought in somebody else to corroborate it and was like playing along with somebody else to throw people off. It was, I loved it.
It's so good.
And because he's been so erratic already, I, even as a viewer, did not expect him to be thinking it through that much. I was like, where did this strategy come from you?
Right, because the last time we saw you running around down the hall, down this way, down to and fro, and it's like, what is happening here?
Well, because then it makes me think, like, is that also an act? Are you trying to make yourself seem all over the place? So
I think it was. I think he was initially was, and then I think he played into it a little bit. I think the show does a really good job with editing these type of scenarios. They always have really good reveals at the end of episodes, and they layer it in nice, right? Like you were saying, Gene, we did see him running around, and we did like he wasn't being frantic, but then they gave a really good breakdown of it, right? So I always appreciate like solid editing like that, and they do a good job on the show.
They had like the Ocean's 11 music in the background when they were showing like the whole scheme.
I was living for it.
I also thought it was really funny the moment with Miguel. I think it was, who was it? Adam and Naomi were in a room and Miguel was in there, and Adam was like, "Oh, can you just give us a few minutes?" And Naomi was like, "Go make sure that he's gone." And Adam walks out, and Miguel is just standing there against the wall right outside the door. And Adam's like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" That was great.
Yeah, you kicked me out of a room. This ain't your house.
Yeah, I just thought it was so funny.
And it's fun because like me and Kyle spent the whole last episode talking about how like Miguel is all over the place. So then to see that he's actually like strategizing pretty hard, I was like, all right, work. Like you got me too. I thought you were all over the place too. You know. I also like. We saw earlier in the episode that there are people that are like kind of aligning that, oh, if I end up being able to pick a clue, you have to pick one of our clues and we'll all tell each other. We won't tell anybody else. I don't know how I feel about that. I can't decide if I like it or not.
I don't like it in the show. We brought that up in our review that there's already basically two solid defined sides and two episodes, or really an episode and a half in to kind of see that. I really like that on these previous seasons, and maybe it'll break up, that there was really like 1, 2, 3, 3-person alliances, 2-person alliances, kind of pairings. You kind of kept you guessing. Right now, like you guys are saying, like all the women getting voted out. Now there's kind of these set alliances, like you said, and set clues. I kind of like this game because it was a little different than the alliance voting type thing. So I'm hoping that isn't like a trend the rest of the season.
That's fair.
Agree.
Well,
Kyle
I
seems
like
to be
it.
the dissenter.
I like
Of
this.
course, I'm the dissenter. I like it, and I also like. I think it was Gracie Lou who was like, "I pulled your clue, so what do you have for me?" So I don't tell other people. I was like, "Ooh!" I'm like, "That's very fun, very aggressive." I'm like, "I'm here for this."
How'd that work out?
Boop.
Okay. Simply because she didn't execute it well doesn't mean that it can't be done later better. In these early seasons of games like this, we see the formation of good plans. They just get executed better down the road. So, Claim to Fame season 6, you brace yourself. Because people came in, they know the game, they know exactly how to do it, and it's going to be even more fun.
To be fair, I guess like Brian, the only counterpoint I guess I would say against her was if we didn't have a goofy double elimination, she wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
She would have made it through the week.
I know.
But
I was just really kind of joking around with Kyle there.
no.
He just likes to bust balls. I know what I'm dealing with.
It does kind of stink though, right? You did play a decent week. You got tricked, but again, I think when we get to like who these people ended up being, it's like the first 3 people eliminated, I thought were all not easy guesses. And especially with John Stamos, if they didn't beat you over the head with like Full House, and there's still multiple people that could be, right? And even Robin Roberts last week, it's just like, I have a feeling we may start getting a lot more like name brand celebrities that are going to be easier to guess. And I'm going to be like really wishing that we still had these more difficult identities still on the season.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Would you ever have guessed, though, John Stamos for What's Her Face?
No, definitely not.
With what we had so far, absolutely not.
No.
Right.
I'm saying that's why it's good. I wish she had made it
it.
longer in the season. I wish all 3 people that have got eliminated so far had made it longer in the season, because I think people would have led to even more incorrect guesses when there's more stakes. Like later, we see these kind of wrong guesses a lot, but we've seen them the last season, especially later in the season. You're like, oh my God, or the same person getting guessed wrong 4 times, right? This time, everyone's just gone.
Yeah.
Like it just...
I also think it would have been fun, like, if Gracie stayed around a little longer, like, the John Cryer thing would have been so much fun because we have the Molly Ringwald connection. Like, there could have been something more fun to come from that if it wasn't fizzled out in one episode.
Who is John Cryer? The only
Lex
John
Luthor.
Cryer I know is Lex Luthor.
He
Really?
wasn't
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Wow. Okay. All right. I was like, am I supposed to know this
No,
man?
And he was
2.5
in
Men. He's the
2.5
not
Men,
Charlie
yeah.
Sheen guy from 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said on ours, I thought it was the guy from Impractical Jokers when I saw a picture of him.
Oh wow!
Sure.
Because I hated 2.5 Men as when it was on TV, so that was not something I was ever watching.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the show, but it was just on so much that it was
Yeah.
impossible not to
Like
know
beating India.
what was going. Yeah.
But he's also bald now, so I mean, I think if he had hair, I would have been like, okay. But then I think it's I don't even remember his name, Q or something, whatever's on Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
I think Murr.
That's it.
Murr.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's why, like the way the season has started, it sucks that the first 3 people that left, like they all would have been good later on, and it almost makes me wonder if there is a way to like make it so that the guesser, if you're wrong, like you don't leave right away in the early stage of the game. Like maybe there's a few weeks where like getting a wrong guess just gives you a disadvantage or something in the next mission or something like that. Like, and then like eventually you can start having more double eliminations, and it gets to a point where like now if you guess wrong, you're out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually like that idea. Even if they don't even have eliminations at all in the first 2 or 3 weeks, so they're gaining information, and then eventually, like, okay, this is the week that starts eliminations. There's stakes in the game, and you have your alliances.
It's less fun to like have reveals if you, as a viewer, haven't had any clues who people are. It's like, all right, well, I don't know who your person is because I wasn't really thinking anything about you yet. You know?
Yeah.
Fair.
The Challenge does it all the time. They'll go a month without eliminating somebody. Why can't the show do it?
You know, you think you're having a friendly conversation, all of a sudden, zing, zing, zing.
Hey, we're just having fun.
Stop me when I'm telling lies.
Listen, we have complained about that very thing on this podcast about the challenge. So
the never-ending season. We sure
I feel like there was a point in one season where we went like a whole month without getting rid of anyone, and it seemed like somehow we had more players in the game than we had like 3 weeks earlier. Like there was somehow more people competing.
Uh-huh.
That was 39, right?
I think
I think it was.
It was like, I remember you guys were tracking.
Oh no, was
it?
it? Well, was it 38? Because it was like Spies, Lies, and Allies. I felt like went on, or Double Agent. There was one of those.
No, it was Ride or Dies.
Was it Ride or Dies?
Ride or Dies was the never.
I was like, did we just net +2? What happened?
That season was like 8 months long.
Yeah,
we watched like 20. Like literally in the span of that season, we covered like 2 Survivor seasons, a Big Brother season, like all within that one challenge season.
Yes, it was a rough one.
If Big Brother can open and close before the challenge is over, it's too long.
Yeah,
it's too long. Yeah.
I mean, 40 is going to be longer, right?
Well, there's what?
No, we're praying for doubles.
Is there 10 people per era or whatever? So there's like 40.
There's 40 people.
Right.
Absurd.
So even if it's 2 eliminations a week,
my graduating class was smaller.
Episodes.
It's not true.
Oh my gosh. We are all over the place on this stream, truly.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
No, I mean, to be fair, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm having a great time as well.
I'm just surprised that it's being allowed, because like anytime I try to go off on a tangent when I come to the reality guys, Brian is like, we're not doing that here.
Well, you know what time it is? It's also like 11:30 at night.
That is true.
Or midnight.
But conversation is also conversation.
After we've
I was like, you're not on Strat, Kyle, be quiet.
It's 10:07 right now. It's 10:07. It's not 11:30.
Oh
It's
my
also fair.
gosh.
It's also fair.
The idea of Kyle trying to have a fun conversation, everyone's like,
Brian's like, no. We gotta get out of here. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry.
Brian's like, turn and burn. Let's go.
I can't tell you how much I hate Wednesdays when it's Survivor and Amazing Race. It's like the worst day of the week for me. The worst.
But it's also
It's a lot. It's a lot
best
to watch.
Staying up till 1 o'clock editing shows is just the worst.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
That's
rough.
why we go live in this house.
Those Wednesdays really are brutal though. Like you got to sit down and watch like 3 straight hours of reality TV, and then you got to go talk about it for another.
You know what's the worst? Yeah, you got 90 minutes of Banu, and then you're like watching Amazing Race episode that kind of stinks, and you're like, oh, what a drag.
Oh my gosh.
There's nothing worse than like a bad Survivor episode, and then we watch an Amazing Race that's non-elimination. Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck are we
So bad.
doing? Like, Kyle knows this for a fact. He's seen so many times where he's jumped on me and Brian, and we're just like, what are we doing with our lives?
They're like, why are we talking about these things? I'm like, let's get granular. And Brian's like, absolutely not.
And nobody cared about the immunity challenge. And someone else they threw another bag on another platform, and like,
we're set up so good for next week.
Literally, Kyle's favorite phrase, let's get granular.
You want to get the only thing we get granular anymore with Survivor on that show is just complaints for Jeff Probst. Just our standing list of complaints about him and his producing.
Oh god!
So I'm going to show that'll never let us like get within like
you guys will get that.
We can have 1 million subscribers, and they're just going to go back and watch any episode of reality.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Just shitting on them.
Hey, we've complained about Survivor a fair share too because of the fact that like on any given tribal council, like half the people are missing their votes.
Yeah,
like, it's like stuff like that.
But that is what is so fun about this, because I'll come here and be like, all right, yeah, we're really not high on Survivor. Oh, I can't stand it. And then I get over there and I'm like, oh wait, you guys really can't stand it. Like I can still find some glimmers of hope.
It's toxic.
Fun. We like hate for fun. You hate.
Yeah, right. I go over to their house and it's like, oh my gosh, like geez.
It really is that staying up late that really just grinds my gears when I just coming in with
if
such
it was on Paramount Plus in the morning and like we could watch it during the day and we could record it at like dinner time, I don't think Brian would hate Survivor anymore.
Yeah, we also had other people coming on that were just nonstop talk too that I just didn't agree with, so there was that as well.
Yeah.
Boop boop.
Yeah, Kyle.
Not nice. Not nice.
Hack. Well, I will say Kyle has a hard out time, so we have to get through like the last like couple little things of this before he has to
budget.
leave us.
There's not much left, really. Though.
Yeah, I will say the only other thing that I really had, because we talked about, you know, like the 2 reveals that we had that what was it? Antonio Banderas was an incorrect guess, so we found out that Jill's relative was John Stamos. And then Gracie Lou tried to guess that Adam was Dustin Hoffman, which was also incorrect, and that we ended up with John Cryer. But the other fun thing that we learned was we pulled, was it HUD's clue?
Yeah.
It was HUD's clue. Which I think I was not as confident on this one as I was the Molly Ringwald clue, but it did, you know, we're looking at Joan Jett or was it Sherry Curry?
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
I have a different thought. There is another artist that has a song called Cherry Bomb, and that is John Mellencamp. So that's who I think.
Based on the clue or just based on Cherry Bomb?
Mostly based on just Cherry Bomb.
Sure.
But
because I couldn't I was even trying to figure out like the last half of it. Like it looks like Cherry Bomb artist who something, and then I kind of like lost the plot on what that clue is kind of saying.
Now, Cherry Bomb, the song that we're referring to, or we think is that one, is like Cherry Bomb.
Yeah,
that song. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you sing it? Could you sing it one more time?
It broke out. Can you do that again?
Cherry Bomb.
It was in Guardians of the Galaxy, actually, too. It was on that
probably, yeah. That tracks.
The only other thing I thought, like the eliminations, I guess, is notable, right? Is the idea of Naomi tricking Gracie and giving bad intel, right? So are we
Naomi?
Are we pro? I know Kyle's answer, so we're very pro the lying of Naomi.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I think it's so fun.
This is the Big Brother house. We love lying.
Well, and it was definitely, you know, because Gracie had Naomi's clue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now that Naomi was able to successfully trick her and get her out of there, does that mean the clue's gone? And no one in the house,
anybody else,
no one in the house ever saw it, right? As far as we know.
That's
so
what earned her the crown. So we think, right?
Hopefully, it's like they
her the crown.
re-enter it back in the house like Survivor, and it's like under like a book.
Right.
She was like saying to people something about like the Brat Pack, but I think she was just making it like, oh, is like anything from the Brat Pack on here? Like, I don't think that she like told anybody that was like an actual thing she saw.
Right.
Yeah, conveniently leaving out the second part of the clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any idea on anybody?
I mean, the only one that I am like really solid on is the Molly Ringwald one because of the clue. But I've heard a couple of guesses for other people.
I think the one I heard from the thing they said in episode 1, I think, and I like this one, that Miguel is related to Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
I did not hear that.
They said something about a ghost dog in the first episode. And the only ghost dog I know about is in Nightmare Before Christmas. So I'm now running with, since they have the same haircut, and he says he's not Spanish.
Right.
That or like he kind of looks like M. Night Shyamalan a little bit too. I'm sticking with my Tim Burton. Like
I also never saw
Easter egg one.
You've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a movie
don't know
you'd
the
love.
Kyle don't know Big Daddy. Kyle don't know Nightmare Before Christmas.
I watched some of The Breakfast Club this past weekend.
I like The Breakfast Club. That's an easy watch.
What did we think, Kyle?
Yeah.
Some of. You didn't. I was going to say, that's a quick one, I feel like.
Get a 30-second movie review.
Well, yeah. I
They
can't
eat a bunch
really
of egg
watch
sandwiches.
the whole thing. I did get stuck. I think I'm up to the point where somebody throws food at the quiet girl in the back and she catches it.
She's great.
Something like that happened, and I was like, ugh.
Movie canceled.
Wow.
Well, this is also Saturday, and there's a lot going on the Big Brother feeds. Brian's always giving me thumbs down.
No, I like this. I like the hatred.
Oh, you're agreeing. Okay, yeah,
he agreed with you. You're
Who said,
lining up
as a
great with
professional
Brian.
hater, I like this.
Yeah, I am a professional hater, so I'm enjoying it.
I'm just so used to him poo-pooing me that I just assumed I was being poo-pooed.
Yeah, and look, I hadn't seen Nightmare Before Christmas before like 5 years ago either, and I don't get the hype either. So I'm with you.
Wow.
Did you watch it because you're a dad, or you just watch it because
No,
Mrs. made you?
No, I did not watch because I'm a dad.
Damn.
My kids are only 2.
So what happened? Why did this happen?
I watched
why,
it with
why
somebody
Ben?
else. I watched it someone else in a past life.
Oh,
I'll leave it at that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not my wife.
Kyle, 30 minutes from now in the group chat.
I love Nightmare Before Christmas.
I do too.
The music's so good.
Mhm.
Jack Skellington.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Is that where the song Oogie Boogie comes from?
It
That's
is.
right, the Oogie Boogie Man. Whoa, I want to be in like a live action like stage version of Night Before Christmas. I would
That'd
love
be cool.
that.
Oh my.
Yeah.
4 minutes till Kyle's heart out.
I know. Does
Yeah,
anybody
check
else
my
have any
phone,
guesses
too.
for anybody before we gotta wrap her up?
I actually
Oh, go ahead.
I have no like actual clues on this, but I just feel like Adam. There's something about his voice, like even just his speaking voice. And at the talent show, he said like, "Oh, like I can't sing because people will know right away who it is."
Mm-hmm.
And even in his speaking voice, I feel I can hear something familiar in it, and I think that his relative is Michael Bolton.
A lot of people are
That would be so
speculating
funny.
that. Yeah,
That would be so funny.
that's
Yeah.
the only other thing that I've heard people saying is that they think
Because
that.
there's an Office Space clue in there, I'm pretty sure, too. And, like,
And his clue was like we couldn't tell if it was like the light bulb or the lightning bolt, but the lightning bolt would like bolt in, could be.
oh, that
something.
makes
Jack
sense. I was wondering what that was. That now I'm almost like dead. Yeah, I'm dead convinced now. That's what it is. That's a
Yeah.
good one too.
So
Other
him
than that,
and then
though,
him and HUD. I do still think HUD. I'm going with John Mellencamp. That's the cherry bomb I'm going with. Other than that, I have no idea on anybody.
yeah, like people are trying to, I heard people saying jelly roll for Danny. I don't know where that's coming from.
We know exactly where that's coming
They're
from.
just
We
doing it
reject
'cause he's
it.
big.
We reject it. That's very rude.
HUD should be. I hope HUD's a fake name.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, other than that, I
HUD.
literally have no idea who anybody else is.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it's like, let's see some more clues here.
Yeah, that's why I'm like annoyed that it was a double because it was like we could have spent more time looking at the clue wall and helping us figure
Right.
stuff out,
We were so distracted by the bad spelling where we need to see. Remember when they do that one where they're like blind feeling the statues last season, and like,
yes.
like that one really revealed some good stuff that we can put some pieces together. But them not being able to spell words takes away from you like picking up on stuff like goatee.
And again,
Thanks.
even like the words that we got, we don't really know what
Well,
any of them
Valkyrie
mean.
could be like. What did I say in our review?
I
I
said
said
Tessa Thompson, I
Thompson.
thought, because you were talking Thor, but
Yeah, that was the only other guess I had for Valkyrie. Is like, could someone be related to Tessa Thompson?
Chris Pratt,
Right.
or not Chris Pratt. What's his face?
Hemsworth.
Thor. Yeah, Hemsworth. Yes, one of those Marvel Chris's.
Nice.
Yeah. Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more. I just feel like last season we got a little bit. It felt like we were seeing more clues early on.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
it doesn't feel like we're getting that now. And just 3 people are
let's
gone
see.
already. So yeah, we'll see.
Episode 2. It's only episode 2.
Yeah, I'm still having fun with it. I think
sure.
the cast. I think the cast
Oh,
is fun. And Franklin Jonas just continues to prove that he is the superior Jonas. So
It just is.
I'm telling
Sorry.
you, one of these days, my roommate is gonna run in here and give you a talking to.
Yeah.
And
Well-
she
Slander.
should. I mean, like, listen, we don't make the rules. We just abide by
yeah,
them.
sorry, Darcy. Too bad. Franklin Jonas is the best Jonas. Sorry.
Isn't that the not famous one?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not the best Jonas. What are you talking
No,
about?
he-
He's automatically
he is-
not.
he is
'cause he's not one of the
clearly-
Jonas Brothers.
He is clearly superior. Just because he was born a a little later.
He's just
doesn't
probably a
mean-
little
okay.
broken,
Right.
that's
All
all.
it means is that
He-
everybody else is rude and didn't include him.
Yeah.
He should have
And
went
now-
to law school and became the agent or something. Like,
Gina, you need to set up
Well-
a camera one day and get that
Maybe,
that run-in ready. When
Listen,
like,
here's
you've had enough of
well,
John.
here's-
Like they're just sitting there definitely like, I can't take it anymore. And they run in here and just
Yeah.
kick the door in behind them. Like, God, you stop.
Here's what I'll say. The last thing I'll say about the Jonas Brothers, okay? The other ones, what are they? Joe, Kevin, and Nick, or whatever. Those
Correct.
bums.
Those
They-
bums.
I wouldn't go that far.
They have already had their rise, and now from here till they're they die, it's just going to be downhill. Whereas Franklin's ascent is just
Yikes.
beginning.
except for all the interest in their bank account. That's gonna go up.
My goodness.
Franklin is just beginning. pretty soon we're going to be talking about Franklin Jonas, recipient of the EGOT. Okay.
Wow.
He's gonna get all of them.
Jonathan's in here ripping and roaring, 10 toes down for Franklin. Like,
Yeah.
The one thing he's not ripping apart
The
is
only
Franklin
Franklin I
Jonas.
stand for is a turtle.
Oh, I love Franklin the Turtle. He was so much better than Little Bear. Coming
Ooh,
over
my
to
sister
my
loved Little Bear.
house.
Not Little Bear slander. Yay.
Wait, Brian, you
Hell
can't
with
hate
Little Bear.
Franklin
Little Bear
too,
sucks.
No, I don't hate those shows.
right? I was making sure.
Just Little Bear. Anytime I hear Little Bear, it just makes me laugh. Just remember
Little
watching
Bear.
it so much.
Little Bear sucks because Little Bear never did anything wrong. Like he's just like full of crap. Like at least Franklin was real. He stole. He would lie.
He's just full of
That's like that is your quintessential child. You know.
Well, Little Bear, like parents made him walk around naked, but their parents wore clothes though. Like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
How did we
never
get here?
knew Little Bear
I
as, like,
have
the
no idea what
downside.
we've talked about this entire stream. I don't
Like,
know
were you
what
friends with
happened
Little
for the
Bear?
hour of my life.
You're welcome.
it's a great promo for an episode.
So
Oh my
good.
god, truly. All right. Well, I mean, to be fair, in terms of claim to fame, I don't know if I have anything else to add to the conversation.
Oh,
No, that's kind of it.
we were talking about claim to fame tonight.
Apparently.
Who knew?
Really?
We're helping claim the fame out. We colored the lines in on a episode we didn't love.
Yeah, are you a Little Bear fan or a Franklin fan?
We're asking the real questions. Yeah.
Little Bear.
That's gonna be the caption. Like Little Bear or Franklin. Let us know in the comments. So stupid.
Well, because I do know that Kyle has to get out of here, I do
Yeah.
want to throw it over to Billy and Brian real quick. What do you guys have going on coming up on the Reality Guys?
We just finished Love Island USA, so that was kind of our big show in the summer. Did every episode, so if you were a fan of that, you can go back and check out our other reviews. Brian, you want to let them know what we're actually doing now?
Yeah, so we're doing Alone. We're doing The Bachelorette. We're doing Claim to Fame. We're doing
Big
I think
Brother.
that's
90 Day
we're still on the
Fiancé.
fence. We are still on the fence, guys. I'm
90 Day Fiancé, Brian.
I'm having a tough time. That's the
Come
nicest way I'll
on,
put it.
come on. It's been really good.
Okay.
But Reality Guys, they do everything, like everything other than Big Brother.
Truly everything, yeah.
You can find them on YouTube at the Reality Guys.
We
Find them on
steer
Instagram,
anytime it comes up.
Twitter.
We always steer it your way. We're always like, go check out Strat Chat for Big Brother.
You can. You watch our Love Island reviews. Like, just go watch
We
them for
appreciate.
that.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you want Love Island, just go to them. You can scan the QR code on your screen. That'll bring you right to their YouTube
Thanks for the
page.
QR.
You know,
Thanks
Yeah,
for the QR code. We appreciate it.
you're welcome.
And
You're
congrats
welcome.
on the nice
Propaganda.
snazzy setup here. This was very
Thanks
nice.
a lot. Thanks a lot. You know, we're really proud. We're really proud. We're trying.
we didn't do a
things.
poll though.
I didn't know what to do.
That's
with
the poll. Little
No.
Bear Franklin.
Yeah, but that's a
No,
lot.
just
to set up.
Big Daddy, a
Love
good
it.
movie.
I'm 3 minutes past due my exit time, so next time we'll have a proper poll. But yeah, this has been fun. We have to do this more.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's literally been a year since you guys came.
You let us
out
skip
with the
the
Has it
Bachelorette.
been that long? My goodness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think
I think it was
last
probably
week.
like the same episode like last year.
That's crazy.
I'm fine with skipping Bachelorette on Mondays. It's so bad.
Oof.
Yikes.
I know that's, but that's
Hey, we're
Brian.
honest.
No,
We're brutally honest. Brutally honest.
yes. Pulls
Yeah,
no
I guess-
punches.
I guess Brian is the John of their podcast.
Whoa.
I hate on a decent amount. I think
Not
if
like
you
me.
go back to the early times, I was like the original hater. I was like screaming at the screen during like Bachelor reviews, and then I kind of just was like, forget it. Just like I'm done screaming
Had
at
enough.
the screen.
I swear it's always me coming into those. I'm like, oh my gosh, this was so much fun, wasn't it? They're like, what are you talking about? No. I'm like, what? I had a great time.
Why do you hate me?
We should do a Big Brother collab one time and just see. I would just because I want to see how your viewers view our opinions on it. I think it'd be kind of funny, but
I also think that would be fun.
I don't want to ruin the fun times.
We won't
every
come
time.
and be
That's my
assholes
only
all the time.
hesitation.
No, it's fine. Like the contrast is very enjoyable.
Yeah. That's fine. I say you're welcome anytime.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we're clear. I mean, No Love Island now is like changing our lives.
Mm.
Yeah, your whole life just opened up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It really
5
did.
days a week.
Oh my god. I didn't
Wasn't it
realize it was on that much.
I thought it was 6. I still
We don't do the like. There's one
The
that's like a
weekly recap.
review episode, kind of like what happened this week, and we don't feel like we need to.
we already
That's
know
not
what
watched
happened
it.
because we
Yeah,
watched
we
it.
were there.
Yeah. So you basically just be doing a review of the review.
They interview people and
Right.
stuff, but like, we're not going to talk about an interview they had. Like, they did the interview. Like, you go watch the interview.
We'd have recapping too far. What do we have coming up? We have things happening Thursday, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we will be covering
Big Brother.
whatever the hell happened this week on Big Brother. If you're not watching the live feeds, I hope they give us an accurate edit of what the hell has been going down, because oh my god, these people are insane.
Yeah, we're not going to get a fully accurate edit because like you don't have enough time. You can't put all of this nonsense in
Yeah,
that.
I feel like it's always like really crazy the first couple of weeks, and they give us like fluff. Give us all the fights. Just give us the fights. There have
we
been
need
so
all of
many.
So many.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. So what is that? Thursday at 10:15?
Yeah.
Yeah. 15
All
minutes
right.
after the eviction.
Yes.
We'll be watching.
Yeah.
You better be watching. It's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Me too.
All right, we're good. We've had enough. Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're outies.
Woo.